All right, and we're back. Alex is still here. He's gotten back to his old ways. He's talked about Deadpool through the entire break, so he doesn't have a system now.
Please stop. Just stop.
No, I'm not going to let
Stop it.
I'm not going to let that one go. It's not going to happen. So, January. Comic books were sold in January, believe it or not.
Wow.
Trade paperbacks. Let's start with that.
2015?
2015.
Okay.
January 2015.
The year of our Lord, 2015.
2010 and 5.
Stop. Are you freaking announcer boy now? Pick a character.
It's really.
I heard what the guy said.
It's really 1,000 and 1,010 and 5.
It's exactly that. That's exactly what it is.
Why don't we just put the episode number out in Roman numerals?
We can
We can totally do that. This is episode XVI.
Stop it. Oh my god, are you actually doing it?
XVI, that's 16.
I think of the year. I thought you started on the year.
Oh god, no! I don't remember how to do all that.
I'm a millennial. I'm lucky I know how to read an analog clock. Let's be honest.
What's a quarter till 12? That's only 15 minutes.
I could go off on tons of things about how there's so many people bad with time, my wife included. I'm calling you out, babe.
And you're sleeping on the couch.
When she listens to this.
Yep.
It's a win-win.
Yeah.
He has time to get ready for it. Why are you fluffing up the couch, babe? Oh, you'll find out in a little bit.
Go listen to that episode.
All right. Sold trade paperbacks this January.
Plow through these kind of quickly because I don't see a whole lot of interesting on there.
Number 10 was the Deadpool book. They had a bunch of like random Deadpool one-shots, like the Deadpool biannual and the Deadpool Captain America Wolverine's Dead story.
A non-cohesive Deadpool book outsold other books.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, next.
Yeah. Number 9, Walking Dead Volume 1.
Volume 1 selling well. Probably people picking up or with gift cards or
Yes, Christmas.
Christmas money.
Yeah,
they wanted
Christmas
to get
money.
into it. Probably got into that. Great, fantastic for them.
8 and 7 are Saga Volume 2 and 3.
Good for them because
it's awesome. Everybody should have that. Number 6 is Amazing Spider-Man Volume 2, Spider-Verse Prelude.
frickin' dead slut. Stop that.
I am not a monkey.
Number 5 was Saga Volume 1.
Okay, which people getting into good books and
everybody should buy that book.
We've been upselling that on the show, and that's probably why that went up in sales.
Oh yeah, it was us. It was all us.
Number 4 was Black Science Volume 2.
Which I haven't read. Is that really good?
I haven't read the second. I read most of the first trade, and it's really good. It's very different.
I've heard lots of good things from people walking in looking for the next issue.
Yeah, so it's a good book. Check that one out too. Number 3 was Saga Volume 4, the latest chapter, and this week the latest issue came out. So if you have Saga Volume 4 and you pick up this week's issue, you are caught up, you have everything Saga, and you're a happy person.
So this is going to become the thing you can't seem to find me a copy of, isn't it?
Probably not, because 4 is impossible to get it or to keep it anyway.
Okay.
Yeah.
I have to go through my ruined copy of Saga 4 and separate each page by page because my wife ruined it.
Total splooge.
Oh, is that where you go with that? Yeah,
that's how good it is.
At any rate, I still haven't read all of it, but I did finally catch up with 25, and we're really excited about it.
It's been good. It's worth everything you have to do to read it.
I thought. Never mind. We'll go to that later.
Number 2 was Outcast Volume 1.
That's a Kirkman book.
Yeah, that's Robert Kirkman's the guy that made Walking Dead. Now he's doing a book called Outcast, which I haven't read. I've heard nothing but good about. I heard it's like the second coming of the Walking Dead.
Y'all have to understand as listeners that even though we are your alpha nerds, your comic book
aficionados.
We can't read everything.
We have very limited bandwidth, and
I can store over 5 gigs in my head.
Yeah, there's only so many hours in a day I can read a comic book, and it's usually very little.
Yeah, and then on top of all the drinking and drugs and rock and roll and sex,
right,
that we read about on the internet.
Yeah, that's what happens when you do a podcast. It's just groupies wave by wave.
Just nonstop.
Giggity.
Okay.
Number 1 trade paperback was actually hardcover was The Death of Wolverine.
Is that new to this month?
Yeah, it came out in January.
Okay, I guess that kind of makes sense, but what the hell?
Well, I mean, it also makes sense because people can't get that first edition with that chromium cover, and so they're like, all right, I'll just wait till the trade.
Pretty much, yeah.
I guess.
Yeah.
but it's only
That's
4 issues.
It
But
seems
the
like this is
hardcover
what it was
cost you
meant to do.
$25, so go Marvel.
$25 for 4 issues?
Yeah.
Yeah,
And a hardcover.
and a hardback, and
Doesn't-
an oversized hardback too.
Oversized actually has some appeal to me.
Because
that
your
now.
giant hands can turn the pages like a normal human being.
such strong hands.
You know, his thumbs take up half the panels, and he's like, I can't read these.
Actually, I think it's because I'm getting old and my eyesight's going, so I'd love nothing more than have an oversized book, take the glasses off, and just read what's going on there.
Thank you for throwing your glasses at the microphones.
Yeah.
You're welcome.
Okay,
All right.
that does it
Comics.
for trades, right?
Top 10 comics, yep. Number 10 was Walking Dead 136. Still good. Still good.
Yeah, I mean, man, the pacing's kind of getting weak on that. Not gonna lie.
I think it's about to turn up. I think it's kind of like doing the series. It gives you that episode 2 or slow. Get you,
Man,
wanting
I
something
can't.
big.
I
And
can't.
gone.
I can only take that so much.
Yeah,
All
well.
right, next.
Number 9, Justice League 38.
Jeff
more
Johns,
Mazo
more of
stuff.
the Mazo virus. It's going to be great in a trade, I promise. That's going to be a good story in a trade. But you're kind of like, man, compared to everything else that's going on in the world and the Scott Snyder story, it's in Batman.
yeah,
You're like, man, this isn't...
It's getting drug out.
it's getting drug out. Sorry, Siri, this is not a time for you.
Siri, what are you doing? It's not for you.
Sorry.
Number 8 was Thor number 4.
Fantastic.
Great.
Thor
Awesome.
number 4.
Loving that book.
I think
Book's
there's
fantastic.
I read online that there's a funny Spider-Man line in that. This is a book I'm going to pick up and trade, by the way. He goes, I hope they came up with a name for her yet, like Thorita.
Yes,
I think is what it
he
is.
said
Got
that,
thrown
yeah.
around in there.
Yeah, I was hoping they were going to throw Femthor in there. And we could sue
Femthor.
him.
Thor.
You took our intellectual
But that was
property.
definitely a meta statement when that book came out and people
Oh, yeah.
were giving her names.
Yeah.
Oh,
And they
yeah.
go, I'll just have Spider-Man say, man, he's a people.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, he can say it, and everybody be like, oh, that's
He's
right.
what Shakespeare would call the chorus.
Yep.
Number 7 was Ant-Man number 1.
I bought
Awesome
it.
book.
Man, that book's solid.
Did you read number 2 yet?
I read number 2.
That was good, too.
Yeah, it's that's a fun little book. I think that's the current Hawkeye equivalent, man, in my book.
I think it's a little different than your normal superhero
Yeah,
book.
but let's go ahead and just put Hawkeye up on the pedestal of Disturbs. That's a great book too. It's
Yeah,
not
he's
selling
got a
like
new
it
book
should.
coming out.
Yep.
So that's going to be cool. Number 6 was Wolverines number 1.
Stupid.
Wolverines, there were the
After the death of
Wolverine
Wolverine,
at the end of the death of Wolverine, he's like at the place with the Weapon X facility, and when he's doing the thing he does there, he like releases like four or five young individuals who have been altered to be
Wolverine-esque.
Wolverine-esque.
Adamantium stuff, right? And then healing
Right.
powers.
Are these like new characters?
Yes,
or-
they're new characters, and they think that the way that they can fix themselves to be human again is to get Wolverine's DNA. So to do that, they have to go get Wolverine's enemies and friends to help him hunt down his body. So they get Sabretooth, Mystique, Dakin, X-23, and someone else, I think.
Stupid spin-off of a stupid story.
Yeah, and it's a weekly book. It is Marvel's weekly book. And the only thing cool happening in number 1 is Mr. Sinister shows up. I'll spoil that for you, and it's awesome because I'm a Sinister fan. But he doesn't show up after that, so I don't care anymore. Number 5 was Uncanny Avengers number 1.
Uncanny Avengers number 1. Remind me what was in that one. I didn't actually pick it up.
It
Hey, but
was
surprise, number 1's on the freaking top 10. So
Yeah.
how many
Yeah.
number 1s we got? We got. I'm not
1,
gonna
2,
spoil.
3,
Just the
4.
3. 4.
Did you say Uncanny Avengers?
Uncanny Avengers, they restarted at number 1. This is the one that's got Sabretooth, and now he's a good guy. Scarlet Witch, Quicksilver,
Kind of
Gateway is in there for some
Who the
reason.
hell's Gateway?
He is the
Teleporter
teleporter guy. That's from Asia, not Asia, Australia.
Oh, this is the. Was that the one that was helping out in Avengers teleport them from place to place? Okay.
yeah, Gateway. I read it and didn't make a whole lot of sense. I wasn't that impressed with it, unfortunately.
Okay. Oh, for the Christ's
4
sake.
and 3, Amazing Spider-Man 12 and 13. Spider-Verse marching on.
You
We're
mean
sludging through it.
the book dedicated to selling all the tie-ins? You can find out more about this panel and Scarlet Spiders. You can
That's
find out
like-
more about this panel.
All Marvel books.
No, not
No.
like this one.
It's
This
all
is-
Spidey books.
It's a hot mess of tie-ins.
It is. It's
It's
this
not
is
that
all-
bad.
It's
yes,
bad.
It is. It's bad.
It's not that bad.
It's
I'm
bad.
reading it. I'm reading the
it too, and it's
right now.
bad.
It's not that bad.
Yeah, no, it's totally bad.
It's bad.
Yeah,
Ain't.
yeah. Anyway, number 2 was Batman 38. Fantastic book. Great book.
Oh, thank
Doing
you,
some-
Scott Snyder.
Doing some
And Greg
awesome things
Capullo.
with the Joker.
Man, it's getting... there's a panel in there that I found myself... I read the book, and then I put it down, and I went about my business for the evening, and I crawled into bed, and I fell asleep. And then in the middle of the night, I woke up and go, oh my god, the Joker's doing this! That's what that panel meant! I got so... I woke
There's
up...
an
I mean, I
awesome
didn't...
scene of Joker swimming underwater.
Which has been all over
Yeah.
the news media.
No-
I'm not going to tell you
no-
the context. There's no
Yeah.
context.
Yeah, you don't need the context. There's no dialogue. It's just this. You see Joker way off in the background and just swimming towards you, and just the art and the look on his face. And
So good. And you know exactly
he's
what
got
he's
the
doing.
nose plugs in and the
And
swimming
the-
cap
yeah.
on. It's awesome. It's so amazing.
Old-timey, like, swimsuit, too.
Yeah, it's brilliant. It's something amazing is about to happen in that book.
Actual fear hit me.
Oh yeah,
when I saw
the
Every
past two
s-
issues of that book have just
I want to say all 3 issues have been a moment of just genuine fear of that character have actually hit you.
you're realizing the scope of the Joker.
Yeah.
And the level the Joker's on, and he's above everything else you ever thought about him.
And all the creepy thing, now to his benefit, now there's a weird story twist that's coming up.
I'm okay with it though.
But we're okay with that, granted. But we're not spoiling it. See how good
we're
we're at.
good. We're being good boys this week.
You know what? All that scary moments that the Joker does aren't defined by that. By that
No,
little.
no,
by
they're
that little
not.
thing. It's all him just physicality and how Greg Capullo draws him in the physicality, or just the moments that Scott Snyder writes him into are just terrifying. Terrifying, no nonsense, just no. Sometimes no language needed. It's all just how they're written in the positions that he puts them in. Make the alpha. I keep saying alpha. The ultimate Joker scenario of where you don't want to be with a Joker. Like you don't want to be in that room with him. You don't want to be. You don't want to be victimized by him, like in that first issue. And then you definitely don't want to see what he's going to do next.
Yeah.
Seeing what he's doing next makes you terrified of what's coming next. It's that anticipation, that actual natural fear you have of being able to see something walking towards you and you not being able to go away from it. It's like the embodiment of death coming at you and you just can't stop it. I'm getting artsy fartsy.
Yeah,
Let's
you
move
guys are
on.
done.
What the hell is number 1?
Star Wars #1
Woo, woo,
sold
woo!
1 million copies.
Now,
That's awesome.
It's all right.
it's all right. I mean, it's okay.
And Star Wars #2 came out last week, and it's just as good.
Did I get a copy? I did get a
You
copy.
did a copy of that. Did you even read
Did I
it?
get a copy of that?
You should have.
I read it, and guess what? It's the same old recycled Star Wars stuff. Man, it is recycled Star Wars.
You gotta give it like another 2 or 3 before you can actually start seeing new stuff. Maybe.
I tell you, once again, this next issue 2, which came out, the best parts of it are the Darth Vader parts. And you get to see all the Force in action, right?
But this next coming, or actually the day we release this, Darth Vader #1 is coming out. Comics.
Wednesday.
Book all about Darth Vader.
I will pick that book up, actually. You can put that in my pool.
Yeah, we'll see if that happens.
All right, so we plowed through the top 10, but there's news we got to get to first before we let y'all go. How are we doing on time, Tech Booth?
Good.
Good, okay,
Good.
great.
Yeah, time's the time.
Okay, so the day after DC announced the
Day
abandonment
before,
of the new...
sometime around it.
Sometime around it, Marvel made the announcement that it was the exact same day, because there was tweets out saying it's a slow news day for
Oh,
comic
yeah.
books, being sarcastic jerks.
We don't know anything about that, do we?
Hate people.
Nope.
No. Okay, and that's why we've been reading list after list after list after list today.
It's been an interesting week, fellas.
There's a new book coming out. It is called Marvel A-Force, and it is an Avengers team made entirely of ladies.
So women take center stage in this. It's being written by G. Willow Wilson, who is the writer of Miss Marvel. So there is some definite cred
The
there.
Kamala Khan one?
Yeah, the Kamala Khan one.
Okay.
Yeah, man, street cred.
Yeah, to doing these ladies the right way. Yeah. But I don't think they've given a really good list so far of who's going to be in it. It's obvious, you're going to have your She-Hulk and your Captain Marvel and your Miss Marvel. And
You
your,
see some on the teaser
There was a Captain Universe there.
Yeah. Well, actually,
awesome.
the one you were thinking is Captain Universe is a new character by the name of Singularity.
Oh, what? What?
This,
Alright, not the same.
Oh wait, there's a list right here.
yeah, well, this is just who's on the cover of the book. Just because you're on the cover of a book doesn't mean you're in it.
You know, let me
that's
plot through them
true.
really fast.
It is.
you gonna do it?
Yeah, I got it. We have Hellcat, Firestar, Vindicator, Jubilee, Carolina Dean, who's from the Runaways.
Okay.
Aurora, Elektra, Spider-Gwen, Black Widow, Moondragon, Snowbird, Pixie, Wasp, Captain Marvel, Spider-Woman, Jean Grey as Phoenix,
Wow.
Rogue, Storm, Medusa, She-Hulk, Dazzler, the new character Singularity, Scarlet Witch, and Nico Minoru, who's also from the Runaways.
I don't know who that is. You missed a few. You got Rescue in there.
I don't even know who
Rescue is female Iron Man.
That's right.
Okay.
I totally
and
forgot
then
about
you
that.
skipped the first one, who I don't know who that is.
Spectrum? Yeah, I don't know who
Spectrum.
that
I don't know
is
who that
either.
is either. But here's the thing: you have tons of women in the comic book. That's good. You got a female writer, right?
Right.
That's good. Who's the artist on it?
The artist is Marguerite Bennett.
So you got a female
No,
drawing.
wait, no.
Oh.
She's writing with Wilson. It's illustrated by Jorge Molina.
Probably a dude.
Probably.
Probably a dude.
I'm going to go out on a limb and say Jorge's a dude. just saying.
Okay, but that's still good. That's great. And what we didn't really touch on is how many female creators were in that DC announcement. You had a lot of female creators, including your Gail Simone's,
Yeah.
your...
Amanda Connor.
Amanda Connors, all
the
that
hell
stuff.
was that?
Not it.
Okay.
That was you, friend.
No?
I'm pretty sure that was you.
99% sure that was you, buddy. Either way, we're gonna...
Go get your tacos, they're done.
Yeah.
But no, it's. I think the team is basically gonna, from what this reads, it's gonna center around She-Hulk and Dazzler for some terrible reason. Medusa.
Dazzler's going to become president.
Stop that. That timeline
Now,
doesn't exist anymore.
you watched the Super Bowl, and what happened at the end of the Super Bowl is that it said Katy Perry will return in the Avengers as Dazzler.
Right.
Right.
They should do that.
They should.
I would actually watch that.
I'd watch it on mute
You know
all
what I
day.
would like to see is Dazzler on the television screens of various locations throughout the MCU, but not anyone that you would ever have to watch do anything.
Okay, that would be cool.
You know what I mean? Like
Just
you
that
walk-
background thing
Yeah,
that you catch.
like the
that-
characters
yeah.
walk into a diner and up on the television in the top is freaking Dazzler doing things. Like,
So what are you doing tonight? Oh, I'm going to the Dazzler concert.
yeah, drop one of those.
Amazing,
in
yeah.
there. That'd
Yeah.
be kind of awesome.
Colson, what are you doing tonight? Well, I'm going to see Dazzler. Yeah.
Yeah.
I got that new Dazzler album. Y'all want to come check it out? I had a point I was about to make about this book, and you made me forget about it, bringing Dazzler up.
Yeah, you kind of surprised that Dazzler and She-Hulk were the main people?
A little bit. I mean, not She-Hulk. Oh, this is happening after the Secret Wars.
Oh.
No, this is in
Or it starts in the Secret Wars.
Oh, okay.
And it's going to continue after that.
post
So,
Secret Wars.
yeah, so
continue.
you're going to have possibility that these characters are coming from different realities. From different timelines.
Which makes sense with the Phoenix.
Because the Phoenix, that's
Elektra.
an adult Jean Grey.
That's not transported time travel.
Right.
Teenager Jean Grey. Okay.
Right.
Wow.
Why Elektra?
I thought Elektra was dead currently.
No.
She got her own book. That's right. We talked about her in Frank Miller.
Well,
Man, what do you say about limited bandwidth?
man.
This is going great.
This is going great.
Okay. Anything else we need to touch on that? It's a great time for females in comic books, both writers and characters.
We'd like to think so,
And
but
creators.
You gotta make like Storm. I was really excited when Storm got her own book and she was doing her own thing. I got 4 issues into it, and I'm just like, they can't do it. They're not doing it right. Like they didn't. They're creating product that is female centric, but they aren't creating it at a high enough bar for it to take off and represent itself or the brand properly, and it's causing problems. And I'm afraid that A-Force may suffer that same problem.
okay.
Yeah, but Miss Marvel's still hitting high on all cylinders.
Yeah, but see,
so-
they didn't take other. They created that character organically and originally, and the writer is dedicated to making it viable. That's not the same thing as like, let's put all the girls on a team, go. Or they did Storm wrong, dude. They did Storm dirty.
Avengers.
Not. I mean, it's not worse
Tech
than
was just mad about
A-Force.
Storm. Yeah, no, calling it A-Force to me kind of irritates
I swear
me.
to God, if there's somebody goes, you mean a force to be reckoned with? Hey!
And
That's good.
I'm throwing the book down if that comes up.
Yeah.
Unless Spider-Man says it, which
Then it's
We'll let
okay.
him have
That's
it.
fine. That's
We'll let him have
hilarious. Yeah.
Spider-Man can say whatever he wants as long as Dan Slott's not writing it.
That's an awkward
That's a
scenario.
good line. I like it.
Yeah,
I'll
I'm
go with
glad
that.
you agree. I'm glad you agree, Mark. Yeah. Tech Booth, you, buddy.
Yeah, you got it.
Okay, that pretty much wraps up tonight's episode. I mean, we can thank Tech Booth for showing up for some reason. I don't think. Do you want to thank our new technical support here? We got helping out.
Go for it.
So Tech Booth got an intern.
It's more like I'm this guy's intern. We are a cooperative group.
Tech Booth, I'm
It's
going
a
to let you
co-op.
take the reins and let you show your
The
appreciation.
Tech Booth Co-op.
So you're going to let me introduce new and improved Mini Tech?
Mini Tech.
All right. So tonight at the show tonight and last week too. Was it last
2
week?
weeks
The week
ago.
before? We've been graced with another Mark. So
The
for those of
third
you who
Mark
know
on
the
the
show,
show.
there's Mark Thompson, Mark the Con Man Tran, and now there's Mark Brewer over here. We're trying to assess various and effervescent nicknames. I have a feeling it's just going to be a different one every single
Mark
time we see
Brewer.
him.
Let's spit off a few. Now, since he's the third Mark,
Yeah.
we threw out an M3.
M3, which
And M3 evolved into Autobahn because that's the
M3 is made in Germany.
right.
Right.
So you got the Autobahn. I remembered his name is Brewer, so we call him Brewski. We can call him Microbrew.
Microbrew. that's an extension of Mini Tech. I like
Yeah,
that.
Mini Tech Microbrew. Any others? Anybody got any spitballs? Any others?
No, I'm sure they'll keep coming. But Mark is helping us out with advancing the game to the next level, getting us set up with higher fidelity output for the show quality, making sure we've got the mics rigged the right way, the board's doing what they're supposed to do. Thanks a lot, Mark. Thanks for being a part of the process of getting us to this point, man.
Yay.
Thanks for coming out.
All right. Just stay over there and be quiet and be humble. Don't say anything. Okay. You'll get a giggle out of him from every once in a while. Okay, so next week. We were supposed to have Chad on this week.
He totally bailed on us again.
I think it's because he knows that you often confuse Daredevil and Deadpool.
He was very offended.
I mean, there's
by
a
that.
certain commitment.
I'm throwing something at you.
No, he was in line with an announcer boy because he thought it was Deadpool tickets that were going on sale.
yeah.
So
See, you're responsible for that too, Alex.
Good lord. I keep bullseyeing you here.
Right on the nose.
Okay, so we're going to try to have Chad on next week. Good lord, we've been teasing that for a long time.
it's gonna happen.
I mean, people are going to eventually catch on that he's, probably never going to commit to it.
Yeah, well, he's
Well,
Chad.
you know what I'm actually hoping is that we have a sudden emergence of people cosplaying Chad.
What?
Yeah,
cosplaying
Get
Chad,
tired
cosplaying
of Chad
Deadpool. Yeah,
not showing up. So just random folks show up dressed as Chad.
I tell you what, if you actually come into Generation X games and comics and games, go ahead and say hi to either Tech Booth or Mark since they work here, and introduce yourself as the Chad.
The Chad.
Chad,
Chad.
the knowledge of all Deadpool.
But if you do that, be prepared for the test. You're going to have to answer some serious trivia questions about, I'll give you one, Wade. Yeah, his name.
Yeah.
You're going to have to answer some trivia.
Got
For
to answer some
realsies.
trivia. There's absolutely zero prizes for this other than show street cred.
It's false respect. You can win my false respect.
I tell you what, you come in and you get our false respect. We'll take a photo of you and make a Photoshop out of your face and put it on our Facebook and Twitter.
Seems good.
There you go. This is the honorary Chad of the week.
Chad of the week.
We will do that
I like the Chad of the
until
week.
we can actually
Until Chad gets maybe
convince Chad.
that'll be enough to get him on the show.
Maybe. He's like, I'm tired of you guys and the doppelgangers.
Yeah.
Okay, as I said a second ago incorrectly, we are recording live from Generation X Comics and Games Studios over here in Bedford, Texas.
Southeast corner of Harwood and 121.
Next to Taco Bell Old Fake Meat. And I got to thank you again. Thank you, Tech Booth, Jason Dyer, and now Microbrew Mini Tech Booth. Thank you, Mark, number 3. All right, so hit us up on social. Now, there's been a whole bunch of growth in social over the last
It's growing.
week.
It's bigger.
We have a YouTube channel now.
Yeah.
You can actually see what our pretty faces look like.
You can see,
Well, they keep me on this side for a reason.
No, you've been over here before, don't you?
we
remember that?
I personally, I can't speak for anybody else. I have a face for radio. and a voice for silent film. So, still give it a chance. Come check us out and watch all the mistakes we make. So YouTube, you had to look up trade paper hacks on YouTube.
Yeah, we'll be in the top populated results for trade paper hacks.
Oh,
So
absolutely.
go view us and get us there.
Man,
Yeah.
subscribe. That'd be cool.
Yeah, we'd love
totally throw a
subscription.
I hate when
on it.
videos on the YouTube are like, please hit like and subscribe my channel. You help us out
Until
in the
you
long
start
run.
doing this, and you're like, oh.
I only care so much. Hit us up on Facebook at facebook.com/trade paper hacks. That's kind of new.
Yeah,
That's fancy as it
yeah,
gets, right?
yeah.
We're also on Twitter at trade paper hacks, Instagram at trade paper hacks, Tumblr to search for trade paper hacks. All one word?
All one word.
All one word. Or just do the old fashioned thing. Hit us up on the emails, the electronic mails,
Electronic mail.
tradepaperhacks@gmail.com.
And we will hear, ding, you've got mail.
You've got mail. Thank you so much for listening to our episode issue 16. We used to do that.
Yeah, issue 10 plus 6.
Episode 10
10 and
plus 6.
10 and 6. Because and inclines the plus.
Remember all the things we talked about. The new 52 is shut up. The new 52 is now the old 52. That's gonna suck. There's a Daredevil trailer out there you need to watch.
That's not going to suck.
Sales or whatever because people keep buying Spider-Man.
Star Wars 1.
and Star Wars 1.
It's really a comic book.
But until next week, go out, support your local comic shop,
Read a comic book.
and do your best to not look like a dork when you do it.